Hello, hi, just got back from taking Skylar to the vets. I've got new cards coming in the post today from Amazon. They're called Spellcasters and they're brilliant. I love them. They shuffle really lovely. They feel lovely. And they're beautiful. Peace. Prosperity. Transformation. Forgiveness. Freedom. And once I've learnt the book, read the book and read all about them. Friendship, that's nice. That's pretty. Talent. New beginnings. Protection. Travel. Trust. Truth. They're amazing. I like them a lot. And where's my glasses? I'm always doing this. Oh man, they're not here. So it's the ancient art of spellcraft. Spellcraft. For thousands of years, wise women and men have weaved their beliefs in the supernatural with the power of spellcasting through the use of herbs, crystals, and other tools of nature. Our ancient ancestors naturally understood how and when to work with natural forces when casting spells. With focus, dedication, and reverent gratitude to the deities, elements, and spirit world. The history of magic and spells between cultures, belief systems, and religion is varied and different, depending on location and the tools available. Traditionally, in most cultures, the magic of spellcasting was orally handed down from mother to daughter. Spells that were written down were always hidden or coded, and only verbal knowledge was passed on to the next generation. I write mine down, my spells. Across the ancient world, magical manifestation work was reverently honoured as spells were cast by invoking the assistance of the deities to empower the energy of the spells themselves. Through the ages, the safe practice of spellcrafting changed dramatically. This was largely owing to religion and medieval superstition. The use of magic and spellcasting had to be hidden as fear, doubt, ridicule, and death overshadowed the once favoured healing craft of spell work. As the accusation of yesteryear are healed, a magical resonance surges throughout our very modern world, invoking all those with a natural magic and curiosity in their hearts and souls to awaken to the old ways. It works. It does really work. By magically working with the mystical forces and cycles of nature, in conjunction with ancient wisdom, knowing and honour, We have the power to create and manifest a positive life of love, happiness, and prosperity, both for ourselves and the world around us. What is a spell? A spell is a powerful and sacred ritual of action that combines ingredients and the use of magical tools, symbols, elements, and recipes with positive thoughts or words of intent to create a powerful effect. Once your focus is honed fully, it's possible to use the power of creating and manifesting by thought and visualization alone. Magical spells are powered by personal positive energy, desire, belief, faith, emotion, and an awareness to change and cast a desired effect. With unwavering focus and intent, spell work harnesses and manipulates energy and the magical forces needed to bring about anything from healing and prosperity to walking towards one's destiny. Before casting a spell, you must be extremely clear about its purpose and what it is you want. As you make a statement of intent, you're instructing the universe that you wish to effect change both for yourself and for the good of all. Or use your imagination, your visualization abilities to picture clearly in your mind all that you wish to manifest magically. Ensure that you leave any problem, doubts, insecurities, and negativity at your front door before you start. Magic needs personal and powerful energy in order to work. So stand confidently in your power as you invoke the divine spark to ignite the magic of your spells. Spellcasting do's and don'ts. Do. Know that you have control. This is the first step to spellcasting. Do. Be confident and exciting about what you're doing. And excited. 3. Be specific in finding the spell that exactly fits your required outcome. Do. Determine your goal and focus. Do. Be specific about what it is you want to achieve. Don't miss out on any details. Do. Ensure your mind is clear, focused and positive. Do. Be confident in what you're about to undertake. Do. Ensure your spell is realistic. Practice changing your energy field through meditation, shielding and purification. Do. Speak your words with positive intentions. Do. Follow instructions to the letter. Miss nothing out. If the spell states you should use a pink candle, don't use a red one instead. Be patient. It can take time for a spell to work. Sometimes a complete moon cycle. Believe, believe, believe. Do take responsibility for your spells. Remember, what you give out comes back to you. So always do it with good intention and for healing purposes only. Don't. This is what you mustn't do. Don't cast spells if you're feeling tired, run down, stressed, or are suffering from negative emotions. Well, I have before. And it hurt. But this is what it says. Don't use negative words in your spells. Don't tell others about your spell casting. Silence is powerful. Well, I've just told you I do. But anyway, no, actually, I didn't. If I'm upset and I know there's something wrong, obviously I've got to calm myself down. And let it come to me what it is that I need to surrender. And that's how you do your spells. You surrender. That's what it is. that is getting in your way and keeping you stuck, you know. So that's all good. And yeah, so we got the magical, hang on, the threefold law. This ancient rule of the old ways is based on the universal law of cause and effect. Whatever you give out comes back to you 3 times. 3. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. I think that's what it says. Remember that our magical intentions must always be done with harm to none. We always say, and this shall harm none. Moon cycles, the monthly full moon, days of the week, and seasons all have a profound effect when casting spells. So choose your magical time purposefully, depending on which type of spell you wish to cast. One lunar cycle takes around 28 days, and ancient wisdom and magic awakens within when one follows and works with the mystical phases of the moon. A dark or old moon. This is a powerful time to banish or remove things, people or situations. For that you use a black candle. To banish is a black candle, and it's got to be tall, a tall black candle. It is also time to neutralize spells against others, for understanding fears and angers, and for bringing about justice. This is a time of transition from the dark moon to the new moon. During this moon phase, magic is most effective when performed between dawn and sunset. A waxing crescent moon. This phase begins 3.5 to 7 days after the new moon and is a time of constructive magic to increase things. It signifies new beginnings and new relationships, and is the best time to set intentions and to focus intentions on positive outcomes. Sow seeds for the new ventures and witness new projects coming to life. During this moon phase, magic is the most effective when performed between mid-morning and after sunset. I already said that. First quarter moon. This is the best time to draw things in, such as money, success, friends, lovers, or work. That's the first quarter moon. Begin manifesting lovers or work, and to begin manifesting that which you most desire. The first quarter moon begins 7 to 10.5 days after the new moon and is a time of acceleration and growth, and also a good time for house hunting or finding lost objects. I've lost an earring, so I need to look at that during that time, look for that. Maybe I'll surrender the loss of it and come back. During this moon phase, magic is the most effective when performed between noon and midnight. Waxing Gibbous Moon. This phase begins 10.5 to 15 days after the new moon and is a time for renewal and strength and energy, to focus on willpower and see things through, and to surrender to trust and the universe. This is the most powerful phase of the moon for fruition and completion. During this moon phase, magic is most effective when performed between mid-afternoon and 3 a.m. Full moon. This is the time to release what no longer serves you, including old habits and other issues. This phase begins 15 to 18 days after the new moon and is a time to harvest extra power to overcome difficult challenges. That's when I do mine, is the full moon. and to perform rituals and cast spells for protection, divination, and healing of long-standing illnesses. This is the time of manifestation and empowerment. Full moon energy is the most powerful of the lunar cycle, and its magic is potent. During this moon phase, magic is not effective when performed between sunset and dawn. Full moon at midnight is the witching hour. Otherwise, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. A waning Gibbous Moon. This is a great time to expel all negative thoughts and influences. Waning moon energies rid and repel. This phase, which begins 3 to 7 days after the full moon, is a time to decrease, to face shadows, and to bring something to an end. During this moon phase, magic is most effective when performed between mid-evening and mid-morning. Last quarter moon. This phase begins 7 to 10.5 days after the full moon and is a time of transition and change to avoid temptations. The last quarter moon is a remover of obstacles. During this moon phase, magic is most effective when performed between midnight and noon. Waning Crescent Moon. This is a time to banish and retreat. A healing of transition between the death of the old and the birth of the new. It begins around 10.5 days after the full moon and continues to the beginning of the new moon. During this moon phase, magic is most effective when performed between 3 a.m. and mid-afternoon. So that's all good to know, isn't it? And then we've got magical full moons. God, I could read this whole book here. I'm enjoying this. I've only just gone. Each full moon of the year has different energies and the opportunity to focus your spell work on a different area of your life. January, also known as frost, birch, or cold moon. A good time for letting go of the past and invoking the new. I should have done that on the 17th. I didn't. Damn. What's February? Also known as ice, snow, rowan, and quickening moon. A good time for the journey of the soul inwards. March, also known as storm, ash, worm, or crow moon. A good time for coming from the darkness to the light. April, also known as growing, alder, or seed moon. And this is a good time for growth and the planting of new ideas.